Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a nice and chilled pink grapefruit juice. So welcome back to the game, and previously we were planning off this, which is our Warden Mode Legendary Prisoner Facility, and well, in the past we've done a couple of we've done one Warden Mode series, and yeah, it can be equal parts frustrating and quite a I was going to say a relaxing experience. It's not. It's the opposite of that. It can be quite an entertaining experience, and I think that's going to happen here because we've got full legendary inmates, only 12 of them, mind you, although more on that in a moment. But we've also got permadeath on, so if the inmates decide to interfere with our daily routine, as it were, and we get taken out, well, that's the end of the series. Anyway, we planned this off, and the first legendary facility that I ever made, it didn't go well. I think it was about a 7-episode series before basically it all went horribly wrong and we ended up in our own facility. And then the redemption one, which sort of worked, for the most part it did work anyway, was basically very similar to this. This is sort of like a 2.0 of that facility. So I'm sort of copying my own homework, as it were. But the idea is that you had that was legendary gang member facility. This one we don't have the gangs. We've got Warden Mode. It's going to be it's going to be difficult enough. But the point I'm trying to make is that basically we had in that one, say your cell block was here, a little bit smaller. It was a 5x5 internal rather than 6x6. Then a little bit of a solitary atrium thing, and then you've got the yard and canteen outside. We've rotated that round now for good or ill and made these slightly bigger. So yeah, hopefully it will work. And well, the fun will be in finding out. Not right now, because obviously we are, we're not there yet. But let's see. I'm going to go and start doing some building. Obviously, we're still well away from getting any inmates. And building-wise, I'm going to build the front staff-only area because we're going to have to build the administration centre anyway. So foundation and two. We've got building brick and we've got building concrete. Let's discuss what these walls are going to be because it's more of an aesthetic thing as well. So this back one here is going to be the perimeter wall. This one here will be... I'm very tempted with electrified fence. Similar for this canteen, electrified fence. And previously we went with barbed wall, but it looks fairly poor in my opinion. So we might go with glass because it shares the same properties in that you can shoot through it. So I think that's what we're going to do. So it's going to look quite sci-fi. So we could use wall Utani on this one at the front, but you know what I'm tempted to do? Go with wall white, because it'll offer it a nice little contrast. So, yeah, let's do that. Foundations more, wall white, and max speed it out, and then clicky, clicky, draggy, but obviously we have to run the full length of this one. So that's now going in. As for the walls and doors, I'm going to go with the jail door white on this one as well. So it goes in like so, and while they're cracking on with that, because we are going to have to do it eventually, obviously I did mention about this one, this fence here being a perimeter wall. It will eventually become a perimeter wall. We really can't afford to do it now. It'd be ridiculously expensive, and we just don't have the generic units of currency in order to do that. But what I'm going to do very early on is I'm going to get the administration centre built, and once that is in, I will be able to get some more grants, so that's all good. Do I want to use door-wise? Let me pause it for a moment. Actually, why am I pausing it? Do I want to use keycarded door? No, because we don't have a keycard, do we? Inventory? No, we have a clipboard, and that's it. So if we were trying to get through the keycarded door, and there's an inmate chasing us, and we can't get through it, then it's all kinds of bad. Whereas if I use a standard sort of large jail door. We could actually just use fences, really. But no, I don't think we're going to do that. Yeah, if I was just to use a standard jail door and put a door servo on, then hopefully it would work. Although I'm very tempted, like I say, to use fence gates. Because, to be honest, if they're smashing through this, that's enough for them to shoot. And we need a way to quickly get through Okay, I've talked myself into it, and I don't know whether or not that's a good thing or not doing this, but it's what I've chosen. I can always change it. These are really inexpensive, aren't they? So it's not too much of a concern for me. So I think those are installed in the right orientation. We will soon find out. My focus is, as soon as this building is made, I'm going to rush in and I'm going to get that administration centre going, although it's taking a while. Obviously, I haven't bought any more workmen in. There's no real reason to do that. We are still making money, so you know, time actually makes us money. So the more workers I have, yeah, obviously I have to pay them, and you know, we're not getting our daily cash flow. Let's go ahead and go over to walls white, and well, let's see, is this going to be completed? Yeah, just the top left section here, and looks like these doors have opened correctly. These doors, should be pointed out that if you don't have any inmates, even if it's a door like this where you need a key, they fail safe, they fail open. So, yeah, they stay open. So it feels like this is about done, and it's going to start to generate all of the rooms and the foundations. There it goes. So I'm going to probably say all white and cancel that. Oh, darn it, that is not what I meant to do. Right, I've just cancelled all of the auto lighting. Well, that's going to be a bit more of a job for me later on. Okay, fine. We will have the time, because it just feels like I'll end up running out of money and I'll be waiting for the investments. So that's all that. And then I'm going to rush up here, and this is going to be our office. We have a personalised office with this little sort of secretarial room at the front, which is all good. Staff doors, which will go on like so. I'm going to type in office, and that will become our office. And let's get that built now. So we'll zoom in. We've got an office desk, which goes there. I'm going to put one in, say, like the reception room type of thing. So one goes there. Little chair. Hang on, that didn't go in. Chair, and filing cabinet. So that's our office. It says requires office. We'll know when it's completed, when it no longer says requires office. As for these other areas, these are also going to be offices. I might try to build them all now. We do have the money. Looks like I forgot to do that bit of white wall. While I'm here, I might as well put the doors on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We were going to type in office and get all of those designated. I'm going to do. No, I might as well do them all. It doesn't really matter. I was going to say the accountant might want to go in there, but I'm really not bothered where the accountant ends up. It's completely up to them. So I'm just going to paste all these in, and let's see, where is it? Office chair. There you go. So there's all the chairs in, and I think now we can, for a start, unlock finance, maintenance, health, security, psychology, you know, get them all done. While we're waiting for that, we're going to rush to the back, and I'm going to put in some more fences, more fence gate, should I say. So that'll go there, and that'll go there, because this is where I'm going to put the power. The power block's going to go back here. So you can see we are researching. Got an official clipboard. And let's go with utilities and electrical. And how much have I got? 46,000, more than enough to get this completed. So solar panels will go like so. Once you've got 3 solar panels, that then gives you access to the wind turbines, which is now in. That's green energy goal 1. And then that'll be green energy goal 2. Any second. There you go. And then finally, if you refresh the page, we've got 1, 2, and it's going to take us down to very little money. Wiring, power export meter will go in there, and I'll probably put the water meter down there as well. So there's all that pretty much unlocked. We do need batteries, so it's going to be capacitors, no, batteries. That'll run around. Because we can, I'm going to sell all of these little extra bits of utility that are sticking out. Like that, just so we don't accidentally connect it up to something that's wrong and it blow the grid up. Because we don't need that in our lives. So, we need to hire an accountant. 1 accountant, that's good. And then we're going to go with extra grant bank loan, respectively. And here's all of our grants we can do. Eco-friendly is the obvious one. Pick that up. And long-term investment. Why not? And then we'll pick up short once they've done that extra bit of research. Yes. Looks like all of this is getting connected up. Let's go wiring. And power export meter goes in. And then we're going to go with electrical wiring. And we'll run this through the middle here. Oh, cancel that. Through the middle to about there. Actually to there. Because eventually it will connect up to a metal detector. And run this down. Like so. And what office did they choose? The accountants chose the bigger office. What a surprise. Not much of one. So let's go with, once again, some walls. And this fence that I'm building in the middle, again, this will become probably an electrical fence. But it's going to be very expensive, so I need to make sure, you know, we get it done okay. It's temporary, just temporary permanent. It's temporary permanent. So, let's see. That one there, that one there, that one there, and that one there. So I don't know if that's going to be changed back to something else or not. I haven't decided. So, we can go basic detention centre. I can go long-term investment. Basic detention centre will probably get us enough money to actually get it done. I think we probably can. With 32,000, it'd be silly of me not to be able to get that. Okay, so, yard. Let's go with the yard, like so. So that's now going in. And then we need in... What else do we need? Well, we need a kitchen and a canteen. I'll put in glass... not glass walls, white walls here. This is going to be the kitchen, and yes, I know it's massively oversized for the 12 inmates we're going to have. Actually, speaking on that, I've been thinking I could add bunk beds in here and have multiple inmates. I mean, I'm not going to, but you can. The reason I'm not going to is it would be an utter nightmare to deal with. This is probably going to be an infirmary, just to let you know. So, kitchen. Kitchen's going to go here. And it's going to have... We're just going for the basics here, you understand. Fridge can go at the back. And cooker, we'll put the cookers like these sort of island units that go around, but that's technically that done. So we need a holding cell and a canteen. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go more glass wall foundations. So that goes in there. Then we're going to go with doors and having the large jail door. And then on here, even though it's expensive, we have enough money, in my opinion, to put the electrified fence in. Now we can't connect. Well, we can connect up the grid. We haven't, but yeah, let's run that. And the other and that room that we've built obviously will become a cell, but in between that, why are we not moving properly? In between that, we can make it a holding cell. So, yeah, that's all good. Over to water and to the water pump, which can go there. And then the water is going to go up and across. That should be connected up if I put power there. And then water pipe. Then we'll run this to there, because we don't really need it much further than that. So, let's see. Well, we can't because of fog of war. So this is all in, and we need to put the rest of it. So it is a holding cell, like that. Canteen. We're going to have a small serving table, a small table, and we've got dining tables, and a bench small. So that's going to be the canteen done. Holding cell, again, very similar in terms of the very basic needs. We're going to have in a Can we have a table? Bench small? Can have bench small. Look, why is it so dirty? Look at that. It's filthy. And a sink and a toilet. And there's that, again, technically done. We'll have a shower. And this is going to be another one of those technically it's going to be done. Shower head, like that. Followed by 2 guards, 2 cooks. Then I think that is our basic detention centre completed. If my calculations are correct. They were. Obviously we're going to dismantle a lot of this stuff. And, you know, they'll all come in good anyway. But then the rooms wise, remove the rooms, and there we go. Okay. We will pick up short-term investment. Yeah. And we'll increase our bank loan. Good. That is good. Groundskeeping and cleaning. We'll hire a foreman on that one. And a chief. Obviously that'll start giving us negative daily cash flow, but I think we'll manage. And let's do some of these other areas. So reception on the front. Again, we're just putting in the bare basics for now. The metal detector's going to go at the front, isn't it, as well? In fact, I'm going to put those in before I forget. And then we'll have table small on both sides, because I do like to put in bins like that. So that's a reception. We don't have a staff room. Let's fix that now. So bring this all the way down. And it's, again, just the bare minimum. So it's going to be only a couple of items. Like that. And finally, where is it? Where's it gone? Drinks machine, there we go. Drinks machine goes there. So that is now, again, done. Which is handy. And I'll connect up the water pipe like that. And how are we doing for this other stuff? We're doing alright. The thing is now, I know that we've done a couple of grants, or at least we're so close to doing a couple of grants. There's our power export, 500 generic and security. It is completely capped at that until we complete green energy goal 3. Yes. And we also work on green energy goal 9, which is to fully charge batteries. So, 13 grand. What can we do with that? Well, I'll tell you what I can do. I'll actually put some lighting in here. Now, we've got loads of lighting spare because I cancelled the lighting by accident. Well, it was by design, but I was trying to... I was trying to see if I could just do one little section, but alas not. So, let's see about putting lighting in here. So, I'm not going to be too bothered if I don't line them up absolutely perfectly. It is what it is. Like that. In fact, I think the lighting in here is slightly different, isn't it? So I'm not going to be too bothered about where they go. And then now I'm completely changing them because it makes sense. There we go. Reception's got some lighting in. And let's do in here. Again, we've got all the lights in stock. We might have to get a couple more in. So, just a lighting above each of these offices. One of the challenges with Warden Mode is obviously you've got limited view. Not just in terms of, well, the vision if you turn that on, which we have, the fog of war, but also the actual, like, distance you can see because of the camera zoom. Like that, that's the maximum zoom in. That's your maximum zoom out. Can't go any further than that, which is a shame. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change up them lights. And another one as well is when there's lots of staff going around and pushing in front of you. It's a bit like the escape mode in which, you know, you get pushed around. So it can be quite challenging when especially if you're going against the tide. Yeah, all right. So we've got in. Where are we at now? 13,000. I don't know if it's worth even me. I might as well put some more. Put some more wind solar hybrids in. I say put a few more in. I'm going to put 2 in because that's all I can afford. There you go. What are we on for the bank loan? We're on 2.7 credit rating. So it starts at 1.0. Maximum loan is 2,500 if memory serves. Once you get to a credit rating of 10.0, your maximum loan goes to 250,000, I believe. So that's handy. I'm going to go for a gardener, 2 janitors. And the reason for that is, A, the place is filthy and we need to clean it up. B, short-term investment. Once that is done, we can pick up prison maintenance and it'll be completed immediately. So that's handy. What we're going to put in here? Well, I was going to put in... I mean, okay, that there is probably more than we'll ever need in terms of the size of the kitchen. So I may shrink this kitchen right down and put in a... I might shrink it down and put in a laundry. A laundry is... It doesn't have a minimum size. I mean, that just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Shrinking this down. Because that's big enough for the inmates that we're going to have. But then again, I always tend to revert to type when it comes to the kitchen and make it too big. I don't know. I'll have a think about that one. Let's just max speed this out and see where else we can go. So we're charging batteries. This will be Green Energy Goal 3 completed, I think. Let's see if that's a gamble. There you go. Green Energy Goal 3 complete. Power export cap increased to 1,000 units. So I don't know how much we are actually generating. I know it's 1,000 minimum because we've hit the cap. Actually, no, sorry. We hit the 500 cap. We didn't hit the 1,000 cap because it's just been unlocked. Okay. As for the... I've mentioned about the fencing. We've got glass walls here, which is fine. We're going to have the electrified fence here. This is going to be electrified. This is going to be perimeter. Obviously, we're going to have sniper towers and then the patrols. What am I going to have for this flooring? On the previous similar design to this, it was, naturally, concrete tiles with the line in them. I'm going to hopefully deliberately not use that and go for... I mean, I'm very tempted with the hexagonal tiles. But it's indoor only, isn't it? Yeah, sadly. Okay. What could we have? The weathered stone. That would look really weird. Whatever, like weathered stone from the jungle pack. But then you've also got like the tech stuff as well. That'd be pretty weird. Yeah. How's our bureaucracy going on? Not bad. We can definitely pick up prison maintenance. Security procedure certification would require a... Well, we need a staff room and 5 guards. So basically, I'm just waiting for the day to tick by before we can do that. Let me just go out the front and see what's in storage, see if I can get rid of anything. We've got loads of bricks, toilet and sink, all this other stuff. No. Can't do that. Do we have inmate health and well-being? We haven't done it, but we can. So this is going to be our infirmary. So it's our informal infirmary. And yes, again, it's probably slightly too big. We should hire doctors to work on an infirmary. Really? I haven't figured out my own self. Oh, those will fit in quite nicely. So there is that. And then we need to hire 2 doctors, I believe. Yeah, let's just max it out while we wait for the rest of it to go in. And while we're waiting, actually, we can go to regime and we can have a look at doing the regime, shall we? Might as well. So free time across the board, although I should probably use free/work. So there's that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. Sorry, no, I've done that wrong. It's that. And that. Like that. And back to eat. And work lockup. Not that obviously these guys are going to be doing any sort of work. It's just not happening. We could get... Oh, have I not got... Yes, I have. I was going to say psychologist. We've got the psychologist unlocked. Yeah. So that'll give us access to needs. We don't really... We don't need to... We don't need to get them at this stage. It doesn't afford us anything. Apart from being able to look at that tab. Do you know what's really weird? I find that when you're in the warden mode, you're literally out of the way, right? And then, then the staff just keep bumping into you. Like if I go in the corner, they're eventually going to bump into me. Yeah, at least it's better than there. But when we were just like here, they're knocking us about. Good grief! Right. What are we doing for export? We must be doing okay because we've got 228 generic units of currency, which is all good. We should hire some doctors to work in our infirmary. Yeah, this here, right? I'm just giving fair warn right now. We've got 5 hours left for the short-term investment. As soon as that is picked up, I can almost guarantee that we'll be able to get 3 or 4 grants done in literally a couple of clicks, because we've already preemptively done a lot of them. So we do need a couple of doctors, but after that, it's done. Staff Wellbeing Initiative, pretty much done. I think I just need a couple more guards. And then the prison maintenance, we've already done that. So there's 3 that I can recall straight away. So should we see if that's true or not? So short-term investment is now completed. And administrative error, our completion bonus has been doubled. That is what we like to see. Okay, grants. Staff Wellbeing Initiative. Have some more guards. 1, 2, 3. There we go, that's done. 2 doctors. 1, 2. So that means we can go for prison maintenance. That's already done. We can go with inmate health and wellbeing, which is done. We need a psychologist, and there's that one done. And then we can go with what else? Visitation. That's like all the technical one. Oh yeah, it occurred to me. I don't know if I mentioned this. Raise your prisoner capacity to 15. Ours is 12. Okay. Yeah, I will probably build some temporary... Well, I definitely will build some temporary ones just to get that done. Okay. Once eco-friendly is finished, by the way, that also means that we can get... sell so much energy back to the grid. Yes. Okay. This in the middle is going to need to be built, so I think we'll do that right now. So it's going to be white wall, because all of the staff areas I'm just going to paint white, and we'll do this. I do realise this does block line of sight to some areas, but it is what it is. And this is going to have it's going to have large jail doors, large jail door white though, like this. The reason for that is, well, it'll look okay. Did I put the white ones on these? Yes. So it means if we're out and about and one of the inmates decides to come after us, we can quickly go and run, and through into here where it's like it's the staff, it's the fence that we can open up ourselves, and hopefully by that time there's guards wandering around and stuff and such. So yeah, don't know how true that'll be, but we'll see. Green Energy Goal 4 has been completed. That's good. Power export cap increased to 2,500 units. We have 62,000 generic units of currency. I think that is more than enough for us to increase our... well, I think we're going to spend 60 grand on increasing the amount of wind-solar hybrids we have. It's taken us down to 32. Not a problem. 15 hours remaining until eco-friendly is finished. What do you think Green Energy Goal 9 is going to be? I'm going to say 20%. Oh, 8%. Didn't get that right at all. Okay. Well, there you go. This is now in, which is good. Surveillance deployment, intelligence patrols, remote access, armory. Tax relief, yeah, why not? Education, we'll have to get at some point, but I'm just a little bit aware of the money situation. Okay, there we go. So, we have managed to get a fair bit built. I'm fairly happy with that. I'm fairly happy with it. We've got in like staff room, we've got all of these offices, we've got an infirmary. A lot of this is like technically we've got an infirmary. I was about to say we've technically got a kitchen, but I think we've just actually got the final kitchen. What I might do is maybe increase it by one or two more, just so we do have provision for expansion. Because, you know, I haven't totally ruled out expanding to the north and south later on. So I don't want to undersize the kitchen completely and rule out all you know, all sort of provision for expansion. But I do want to shift this up a little bit. Definitely put in a laundry. These are the rooms here. These are going to be, there was a meeting room and a classroom. So, yeah. There is another grant done that is, and also administrative error. So, yeah, our completion bonus has been doubled. That is only run on green energy for 5 days. You can then also give something back, which basically means we get paid. Take our bank loan to 0 because we don't need to. And then we've got things like security procedure certification. Yep, we'll pick that up as well. Right, we are leaving it there for now. That has been a bit of prison architect. And we've now got green energy goal 5 done, I think that was. And we should improve efficiency by installing a door control system. I totally agree. Next episode, we'll look at doing the security procedure certification and then the following on from there, which is going to be guard dogs and armory. Yeah, so that's working. Let's go with CCTV improvements. Don't really need to get education. Policy. We do need prison policy to change it up so if the inmates misbehave, they get put into their cell rather than solitary. Because we don't have solitary and we've not made any plans to have it. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of the game. Next episode, we'll crack on with the previously mentioned stuff. What do you think about the kitchen? Do we make this a little bit bigger? Do we... Yeah, I think I'm tempted to make it a little bit bigger. Sorry. No. I'm tempted to shrink the kitchen down by doing something like having another... I'm going to probably take the kitchen to there. So it's only going to be a couple of tiles off. But then this one, I can split up and then have... This is a laundry, this is a... You know, whatever. There's lots of options for us. Let me know what you think on that one. And as always, we will go from there. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.